Okay, guys, welcome to our celebration Zoom. We love to celebrate things around here because it's fun and everyone is not celebrated nearly enough. And so we just feel like every month people should be celebrated. And so I love doing this because it's fun and you guys need to be recognized for all of the work that you are doing, whether it's seen or unseen. And so I want you guys to think about something that you are super, super proud of from last month. And I want you to put it in the chat because I want every single person, whether you are speaking or not, I want you to celebrate the good times. Okay. So put something in the chat that you are proud of yourself for, whether that was staying consistent on your products, whether that was making a bold post and sharing, whether that was calling somebody and encouraging them, whatever that looks like. And so I have found that if you can learn to celebrate those things about yourself, you're just going to have more joy in life. That's the way that it is. Okay. And so looking for those small little things to be proud of and to celebrate every single step along the way is where it's at. And so tonight you are going to hear from some amazing, amazing people. And so we just asked them to just share with us just 2 to 3 minutes, some either top tips that they have or mindset shift that they had, or just something inspiring. And so these calls are some of my absolute favorite because the wisdom and encouragement that comes out from you guys is absolutely incredible. Every time that I hear people share on here, I'm like, oh my goodness, we have a team full of jewels, right? And everybody's points are just waiting to catch up, but it is only a matter of time. And so for tonight, actually, let me see if I can get our slideshow working because I want you guys to see these pictures and I'm so excited to hear. We are going to kick it off today with a product testimony. Let me see if I can share real quick. Share screen. Okay. And hang on. Present. Okay. Somebody give me a thumbs up if you can see this. Are you guys good? Okay. Awesome. So tonight we are going to start off with a testimony, a product testimony. And I love this quote. Every step of the journey is a cause for celebration, for in each stride lies the promise of discovery and growth. And that's really what we tell people on this journey. It is about the person that you are becoming along the way. It's not always about all the mountaintop moments. While those are fun and amazing, we don't live on the mountaintops, right? We live in the valleys, and that's where things grow. That's where the flowers are and the trees are, and it's beautiful. And so it really is about the growth and the things that we see. And so this product testimony, you guys, is absolutely amazing. Look at these results. Okay, this is from a 21-day inflammation challenge. And so this is actually the first person we're going to hear from tonight, but I'm going to go ahead and let Allie introduce her friend to us tonight. And I can't wait to hear all of the incredible results that she has had. So Allie, do you want to go ahead and kick us off
Yes.
introduction?
Yep. Okay, thanks, Megan. Yes, I am so excited because when we started this getting ready for this inflammation challenge, and my good friend Selenette was like, "Yes, I'm in. I need to depuff," and I was like, "Yes!" Like so excited because her and I get to work really closely together in like our homeschool journey. She's the tutor for my kids, and she's like my direct support person for all the things that I do in our homeschool community. So we get to work really close together in that way, and so it was so fun when she decided to join this challenge. And not only did she have amazing results, like from the get-go, she was sharing just wins, but she was so encouraging to every single person in the group. She won like our most active person for the very first week, consistently just posting ideas for food and her workouts and everything. So just like I see her in life, she's so motivating and encouraging. It was so fun to see her be that way in this group. And then obviously for her to have so many wins, and now she's doing it again with us and already had somebody join her as well. So I'm so excited for you guys just to get to hear her experience in this challenge. So take it away, Selenette.
Okay, so I had to unmute myself. Yeah, I've had such a great time with this. I when I started this, I knew I had nothing negative to lose, right? So I figured, let's do it. And anything with a challenge is always more fun. So because it just I love challenges. But one of the things that I noticed, I didn't really know what my goals were going to be until I started seeing something happening. So one of the first things that I saw was like mental clarity. My gosh, like there was no more fuzzy points in the day and just kind of going, wait, what was I thinking, or what is your name again, because I was doing that quite often. And so I drink coffee like a champ. So I had said before that I was drinking coffee like I was getting paid per cup. And so I was chugging. And one of the big things that I realized is that I no longer craved it, nor did I think I needed it. Like oh, I'm going to need this in a little bit. So I might as well go ahead and brew another pot of coffee. And I'm down to 1 cup in the morning. And that one even feels forced every morning, but I do it more like out of habit. Right. So I'm just like, I'll just have a cup anyway, but I'm no longer enjoying it like I did. Another thing that happened was that, well, recently someone had come into my schoolroom and they came in with an empty cup and they were like, where is your coffee cup? I mean, your coffee pot. And I'm looking like, I haven't had it in weeks. I don't bring it here. I brought it like once and I'm like, I don't know what to tell you. I'm sorry. So again, that to me is a huge win. But another one would be like my jammy bottoms. I love my jammy bottoms, but they were starting to cut into my belly. And I was already upping my sizes, and that doesn't happen anymore. Like they're really nice and like loose and like comfy for bed now, like they used to be. My ring, my ring was not coming off of my finger, and I was like, what in the world is this? So I finally just one day I was like, let me just see if I can take my ring off, and that baby slid right off, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is exciting. um Another thing that was, so again, I didn't go into this with any like real thinking that, oh, I'm going to go for this goal or go for that goal. But another thing that came up was I forgot how much I loved healthy cooking. I forgot how much I love colorful food on a pretty plate. I love to, I try to treat every meal like it's really special. So I get to like sit and enjoy a meal that is precious to me. So I put in the effort when cooking it, and then also enjoying it thoroughly when eating it. I'm trying to think of other things that I was celebrating. The energy level to hang out with this little girl, and I have 4 grandchildren, and just kind of like being everywhere with them, I would get so exhausted. And at this point, I'm like going on like multiple walks. We're going outside, we're hanging out, doing all of those things. So I almost feel like the wins, the non-scale victories are like endless. But if you notice in that picture, here's another one. I swore I had put on biker shorts in the first picture. And I'm looking for them. I'm like, but this isn't the same color. And they also don't have that little V on the side. Like, where are those pants? And I realized I was actually not wearing biker shorts, and I wore the same clothes in the after picture as well, but they are longer, right? Because it's like longer on my leg because it's not snug up on my booty. And it just fit better. It actually fits the way it should fit. Um, let's see. Well, obviously, with all of that, my brassiere is not fitting as tight. My arms aren't like squishing into all of my clothing. Yeah, I just feel so much better. And my sleep, I sleep normally, right? I don't have a problem sleeping, but it is so sound anymore since I started this in September, sorry. It really is nice and deep. And when I wake up, I feel refreshed. I don't have that weird headache in the morning. I just wake up and I'm like ready to go. And that's without coffee. So anyway, those are my excitements. Yeah, and I'm sure I can think of others, but those are like the ones that I have been really paying attention to.
Yeah, that is absolutely amazing. You guys show her some love in the chat. I mean, those before and after pictures were amazing, but really it's about those non-scale victories that she's talking about, right? Being able to take her ring off, having the energy, finding that love and passion for food again, all those different kinds of things. Like, that is incredible. So thank you so much for sharing with us tonight. I absolutely loved everything that you shared. And if something else pops up in your mind, you can just put it in the chat, and we'll go ahead and read that. So you guys, this is where it has started for so many of us, right? Most of us did not come into this being like, I want to start a business. I want to change thousands of lives. This is what I want to do, right? Most of us just wanted to feel better. Like, I was a mom who was parenting my kids from the couch. I was exhausted. I was so tired. Our lives revolved around nap time in the afternoon because I needed a nap, not because of my kids, because I needed it, right? And that's where it started. I wanted to feel better, right? And then when I realized, oh my goodness, I'm feeling incredible. I don't know another mom who doesn't also need this, right? Because it can be exhausting and tiring. And that's kind of where it snowballed from there. And so I love being reminded and going back to these stories because this is where it's all about, right? She just started last month and did that challenge, and she's doing it again. And then she's going to bring friends in to do it with her. And so I love that. And at the core of what we do, right? We are bringing health and happiness and hope to other people. I got off a call with someone last week and she was like, I felt like I had lost all hope before I ordered these products. Right. And that's where a lot of people are at. They feel like they've tried everything, or they just feel like this is where we're at. Like we're stuck here. We're always going to feel this way. I mean, I just thought like I was always going to be exhausted for the rest of my life, right? Being a mom. And I'm not saying that mom life can't be tiring, but it doesn't have to be as exhausting as it was before. And so I absolutely love that. So next up, who's going to share with us is Kathy Coyle, and she had a phenomenal September. I think what you helped 7 friends get started. I believe that was right. So anyways, Kathy was one of our top enrollers. She did amazing. And so I've seen so many shifts in her. She is actually heading out to Ruby's on the Rise this month, really soon, right? When is that? It's
Next week.
next
On
week.
Monday.
Okay.
Yeah.
And she didn't just say, "Hey, I'm going." It was like the invites came out for Ruby's on the Rise, and like that same day, she booked her flight and was like, "I'm going to this," right? Nobody was like, "Kathy, please go. This train is going to be amazing." She was like, "I'm already on it. I've already booked flights. I'm here for it. I'm going." Her and Paige are going. And so I love that. And that really shows signs of just such a true leader and the eagerness that she has to help other people and to grow in her leadership skills to be able to change even more lives. So go ahead, Kathy, and take it away.
Okay, so I wrote some notes down because I don't want to get off track. But a few things that I did differently the past couple of months, because I've been doing this for about 5 years now. So there's been a lot of like ebbs and flows like to my business. But when I look back and reflect on the times when my business was doing really well, or when I felt like I hit a brick wall, it really came down to what was I doing or what was I not doing. So it really honestly made me look at both of those things. So either I'm showing up like it's a hobby, or I'm showing up like it's a brick and mortar business. And I like to kind of keep that in the forefront of my mind. So the fruit always shows like either way, right? It shows up whether we're gonna like, show up for a business or we're gonna take a back seat. We're gonna get that fruit. So for instance, if I had a headache, I'd have to question myself. And I always would question myself whether I would take my keys to my storefront and open up the door and show up for my customers? Or would I not show up because I had a headache? So I really had to look at this business like a real business. Like I didn't want it to be a hobby. I wanted to show up. I want to show up with my keys. I want to open the door for my customers. So that's kind of like where my heart has been these last couple months, and it's kind of shown up in the fruit a little bit. And one of the things that went a little bit differently these past couple of months is being very intentional about my IPA. And right now, our elite group is doing the winning day sheet. And I absolutely love that. I know that there's no winning sauce here, but if I had to say that there was a winning sauce, it would be the winning day sheet because I love the categories there. I feel like it's a puzzle and everything kind of comes together with that. And it's the closest thing that I've ever found to secret sauce. But the other thing that I love is that we're in this elite coaching and that Caitlin Morlino has been doing such an amazing job with our group. And I felt so inspired. And I actually have a few builders in there. And I think that's made all of the difference. We're doing it all together. And I think that's really, really what makes such a difference when you have like a group of encouragers together and we have that together. So for me, with all of this being said, I need the accountability, I need the discipline. And I feel like all of this is happening like with the elite coaching group. So I highly suggest that for anyone. Like if you have an opportunity to hop into elite coaching, please do that. Because sometimes life happens and you can't put one foot in front of the, you feel like you cannot put one foot in front of the other. But when you have accountability and discipline, you totally can do that. And that is where I am right now, accountability and discipline. And that's kind of like what I need in my life. So that's kind of what I wanted to share tonight.
Awesome, Kathy. Thank you so much. So I love this, right? She talks about if you had, and a lot of you guys, you have other jobs that you do outside of Plexus. And so you show up for those kind of regardless of how you feel, right? You're like, I'm not going to call out today. I'm going to show up and I'm going to be there. But when it comes to Plexus, sometimes you're like, well, I just don't think I feel like sending a message today. I just don't think I feel like posting today. And then you expect these big paychecks. I mean, you guys, I make a doctor's salary from my phone as a stay-at-home mom of 3, about to be 4 kids. Like, that's crazy. And I didn't get there because I didn't show up, right? I showed up like it was a real thing. And when you show up like it's a business, you will get paid like it's a business. And if you show up like a hobby, you'll get paid as a hobby. And for some people, they just want it to be a hobby, and that's fantastic. And we're here to celebrate those people too, because we're really here to meet you wherever you're at, wherever your goals are. And sometimes in life, those goals and those seasons are going to change, right? And so if you tell us that you have a goal, we're going to hold you to that, right? If you say, I really want this as a business and I want to fast track to 6 figures and I want to make that kind of income that you're making, well, then we're going to put your feet to the fire and we're going to help you do that. And if you say, you know what, making an extra $500 a month is going to change my family, that like we're here to help you for that. You can make as little or as much as you want with this. And that's what we're here to help you. I remember Phil and I lost the ability to dream before we started Plexus. Okay. He had unexpectedly lost his job. Our kids ended up on Medicaid and we were drowning in $100,000 in student loan debt. That was not a really great place to be. That's not really the season of life where you are like, yes, remember all those things we dreamed about, babe? I think they're really within reach. We was like, that was not a conversation we were having. It was more like, how are we going to make it through the week? This is really stressful. We can't even afford the things that we need right now, let alone if we get out of the situation, how are we going to pay off all of that debt, right? But because of Plexus, we started dreaming again. We paid off that $100,000 in 15 months because of Plexus. And so many of the things that were once just a vision on our dream board, they're now our reality. It's like what we live every single day are our dreams. And so it started off small, right? I had a slow start. It took me 5 months to find my first 3 people. And then we took off a year later and hit the 3rd highest rank in the company. So anything is possible. And when you start to believe in yourself and you believe that you can really do this, so much is going to change for you. And so I love that, Kathy. I love that you showed up like a business, that you asked people to hold you accountable because you know your tendencies, right? We all know our tendencies. We all know those things that our best excuse is the one that we tell ourselves because we believe it, right? And so when we involve other people in that, that's what this community is about. We're here to help each other, link arms with each other, cheer each other on, and also call each other out, right? Because that is true love. And so I love that you shared about that, Kathy. Thank you so much. So now, speaking of community, I am going to have my friend Amy go ahead and share with you guys. She has such a beautiful story, and I can't wait for her to. And she hit Fast Start Senior Silver last month. And so, Amy, go ahead and take it away.
Hello. So I'm Amy Helms. I have been with Plexus for 8 years. Speaking of, how you start, I started because I was tired of feeling like a bloated, achy, moody walrus. That is what I told the girl that I signed up with. And it was true. That's relatable still, for a lot of people. But I recently decided to restart my business, with this incredible team. And what I have found is everything I needed. The community on this team is like none other. I finally don't have to shout myself out anymore. When I hit ranks or do something good, I have someone to push me. That person that nudges you, like, um, uh, I know she knows I want to hit gold. She knows what my goals are. And on those mornings that I want to act like a, grumpy teenager who doesn't want to get out of bed, Shannon is sitting there going, "No, get out of bed, go message those people." And I'm like, "I don't want to." And she's like, "No, you do. You just don't know it right now. Your brain's lying to you. Just go do it." And that's exactly what I needed. I needed that push from somebody that loves me and knows what I want and knows what my goals are. um the sideline support, the upline support, like everybody, this team is truly one Plexus, and I am so thankful to be here. Another thing that I wanted to mention was being bold. Something switched once I had that support and the encouragement from a team. Something switched in my brain when raise your hand. I know most of us are on here. Raise your hand if you have a list of people, and as you're messaging, you're going down the list and you get to that name and you're like, I don't know if I want to message that person. And you skip them. Yeah. Yeah. Don't do that. Just message, just do it, because like you just never know who is going to come out of the woodworks and who, you can't make that choice for that person. So I've started pushing through that fear of like not wanting to message that person, but I've also become bold in following up. So I'll message people for an event, even the ones that, get abducted by aliens and never respond. I go back and I say, "Oh, I just found this out." And I, find a reason to touch base with them again. And then don't make it weird. Genevieve says this all the time. Don't make it weird. When they say no, you're just like, "You know what? That's perfectly fine. I'll check in with you later. I love seeing your posts on Facebook. I hope your family's doing great." And you move on. And you just don't make it weird. And that, between being bold and having that community support, has been everything for me.
I love that. I love that. Thank you so much for sharing, Amy. And I think we really do have something super special in this community that, while I love Plexus as a whole, right? What we have built in this community is incredibly amazing. We all love to work together, as sideline sisters, as partners. I mean, there's so many times that people are pairing up and working together and cheering each other on and doing challenges together, and they don't benefit, right, financially from that. But we do because we love these products, we love this company, and we love each other. And we know that a rising tide lifts all ships. So if we're helping each other all out, it's really helping everyone in our community. So thank you so much for sharing, Amy. We are so grateful to have you here and to have you as a part of our Plexus team. And I know that Shannon has just been so thrilled, and I've just seen this fire in her, and we're actually going to hear from her a little bit later tonight. But next, I'm going to go ahead and turn it over to Liz Putz. And she is someone who has been a top recruiter on our team for years, but she over the summer has had a big shift. And so I want her to kind of share that with you guys about some things that she is doing a little bit differently now, kind of a different mindset that she has. And so go ahead, Liz, take it away.
Thank you so much. And it's so nice to see people. I feel like I am abducted by aliens sometimes because I don't get to get on the Zooms during the day to see people. So nice to meet you, Amy. And it was awesome seeing you, Kathy, because I see like we've been in this for a long time. I've been in this for over 6 years too. So sometimes you feel like, oh, I'm stalling a little bit. And it's like, it's nice to see those faces again. But like Megan said, over the summer, I did have someone, I developed a fast start silver, and it was really nice and like it was refreshing. Like we all are like, yay, like we can do this. And it's that belief that you get back in yourself because you lose that doubt you lose that confidence sometimes. But honestly, I can say with developing my fast start silver, it's really not that hard if you want to put in the work. And do you want to show up with the key and do you want to work for yourself? Or do you want to give yourself that excuse? So I'm always on Zooms and everyone's always like, you got to get them on the phone. If you want speed in your business and you want to make those real connections, then getting on the phone with people is your fastest way. And it's the best way to really connect with people. So I took the advice and I said, I can do this in the summer. I can get on the phone. I don't have anything to do since I'm a teacher. So I can get on the phone. And that's really what I did. I got on the phone. I gave a lot of reassurance. I let the questions be asked, but I didn't just get on the phone by myself. I got on the phone with Megan and Phil, and my fast start silver is a guy. And I never really had a guy join my team other than me signing up my husband. So it was really nice to have work that different angle of hearing Phil do what he does best, speak about belief in the business, and share what he loves. And it was really cool to be able to have that connection. So getting on the phone and reassuring Eric, who is my builder, that we're here to answer and help him in any way that he wants. Like figure out exactly what his goals are. But then it's simple from there. After, they recruit someone, you put them in the 3-way chat. You just do the simple system. You create the 3-way chat and you give them the next step. It's that holding the hands. It's this is what you're going to do. And they just do it. And it can be tedious, but at the same time, it's so rewarding. And like Megan said, like I have been able to recruit people. I've been able to recruit customers, but I don't want to just recruit customers. I don't want to think like, oh, I'm just building another person. I want to build their future and let them dream for themselves too. I don't want to take away that opportunity for them. I don't want to just make the decision for them. So if they want to take the products, great. But there's this whole other side of the business, and I don't want to steer away from that. And that's really what I found over the summer is I was steering away from the business and not presenting it to them. And when you do, it can open up a whole new set of joy in your own life when you're able to steer them in that direction. So if you want speed, you get on the phone.
I love that, Liz. I love it. Well, and the part that I love the most is you said, I'm not making the decision for them anymore. Because how many times do we just assume this person would never share? This person would never want to do the business. We just make these assumptions in our mind and we don't even give them a chance to say, oh my goodness, I could make $300 in 30 days by referring 3 friends. Like, who doesn't need that extra money for Christmas or just regular household expenses or all of those things? And so kind of bringing people into this whole exposure process. Even when they're signing up, it can take between 8 to 12 conversations for somebody to go ahead and purchase the products. Some people are quicker, some people are slower, but it's the same thing in getting people to share. So we're bringing people into that exposure process over and over again, having that conversation of, hey, did you know that with your products comes a referral link? And if you refer 3 friends, you could earn up to $300. A conversation that and I think she's on here, Michelle. She just hit Fast Start Gold this month. A conversation that we've been having with a lot of new people, actually, even before they sign up, is talking about, they say, oh, I'm going to have to wait on my products, to order them till the next paycheck, all the different kind of stuff. We're like, hey, we also wanted you to know, that we have an amazing referral program. And if, would you like to hear more about how you can earn $300 in 30 days? I don't think we've had a single person yet tell us no, they don't want to know more about it. It doesn't mean every single person has gone Fast Start Silver, but everyone is now open to hearing more about it, right? And so we just want to be asking those questions, going over that exposure, reminding them, hey, this is available. And so we don't want to make that decision for them. And if they say no, not right now, that's okay, because maybe something would change down the road. Alita messaged me like every single month for 5 months, asking me to post, asking me, is this going to be the month you're going to go silver? And I was like, no, it's not. Okay. And then, she would have never thought that we would be diamond. Okay. But anything can happen, and anyone has an even playing field, right? It doesn't matter what skills people come into this or don't come into this with. Every single thing can be learned. And so if you're sitting here and you're like, I really want this, you can learn every single skill that is needed in order to do this. And it just starts by sharing with one, and then sharing with another, and then sharing with another. And so before we go on to our next person, which is Lauren, I'm going to go back to sharing the screen so that we can shout some more people out. Maybe not, because where did it go? Hang on, I will find it. Okay. It's here and I can find it. Okay, it didn't disappear on me. Here we go. Present full screen. Full screen. Present. There we go. Okay. So we're just going to run through. And as you guys see people's names popping up, celebrating August and September, take screenshots of these people, put it in your stories, tag them, shout them out, let them know, hey, like, we see you. We're going to go through, there's so many different names that are here, you guys. What I love is that when you refer one friend, Plexus is giving out 250 perk points, which is amazing, right? You can start to use those to cash in on free products. We have so many people's names who are here, who are sharing, who are having, they're loving their results, right? And then on top of it, Plexus go ahead and they give us gifts and prizes and all kinds of things, right? And so in August, it was the travel packing cubes. And so many of you guys are going to be going on a cruise and using those, or traveling for other things. I mean, we had people enrolling 4, 5, 6. I mean, it just keeps going. And it's like, we're doing the things that we love, right? And we're sharing something that we love. And then on top of it, we're getting rewarded. I mean, look at here. You just heard from Liz. She enrolled 11 that month. I mean, it's absolutely insane. Look at all these beautiful faces, right? And so I love the way that Plexus rewards us. And so we have our top enrollers. And every single life that is changed is important, right? We always talk about people over points, right? That's really what it's about. It's about the life changes. And then we had so many different rank ups too, you guys, which is just amazing. And I love celebrating these people, and also the people who are helping to develop them, right? Because it's not just the person who is hitting those ranks, it's also the people who are behind it, who are supporting them, who are encouraging them. And so we just have so many people to shout out there. And then we head into September. And again, every single month it's been enroll 1, receive the 250 perk credits. And so it just keeps going. And do you see all of these people who earned the little branded Bluetooth speaker? I mean, this is so fun. Like, every single month is something different. I don't know if you guys saw that cute little cup that Plexus has for this month, but it's always something fun. And so Huge shout out to you guys for sharing and for just continuing on in your journey. And so we had so many people who just kept going, had phenomenal months. And so you've already heard from some of them. You're going to hear from some more in just a little bit. But I wanted to make sure that we went through so that you guys could snap some pictures. You guys could shout them out on social media, tag your friends, share about them, share their testimonies too, right? Share other people's stories, because that is huge. So we had so many awesome just rank ups and amazing months and things like that. Lots of people hitting fast start, getting extra bonuses, and all of those things. So, and then last but certainly not least is our Leaders Retreat cruise earners. You guys, we had 20 people on our team who earned a spot on the cruise. And so I know that not every single one of them is able to go. But that's huge to celebrate. Like 20 people earned the cruise. And so we are we're like 1 month into the next Leaders Retreat contest, which is an all-inclusive resort to Punta Cana. We have been asking Plexus to do an all-inclusive resort for a while now, and they're doing it. And so we're super, super excited about that. We will be there. And I want to see as many of you there as we can. And here's the thing with Leaders Retreat. You're going to see the compound effect happen with that, because as you have people who ordered last month, right? Or in August, then when those people are staying consistent and they're reordering and they're reordering and they're reordering, and you're keeping them on for 3 to 4 months, not only statistically are they going to have better results because our cells regenerate on average every 60 to 90 days, right? But you're getting rewarded through the contest every single month that they are ordering. And something Lauren, who is actually going to share next, she is someone who in her job, we call it jobs, right? In her job, she does sales. And so she knows that it is better to keep a customer, right? And keep them on than continually finding new ones. Now, obviously, we always want to be adding and we always want to be bringing in new people, but we can't forget about the people that we have, and we need to take really excellent customer care of them. So, Lauren actually just had a baby in September, and she signed up 8 people. And she signed up her labor and delivery nurse and just had a phenomenal month. I mean, she just showed up and was helping her team. We're going to hear from more people on her team. She is a dream and she's amazing. And so go ahead and share with us, Lauren.
Well, thank you so much. All those accolades, I appreciate it. I feel a little nervous now. I'm just kidding. No, I did sign up my labor and delivery nurse, and that just goes to show how I just am so excited and so proud about what it's done for my body, what it's done for other people. And so I can't not talk about it, right? And it just feels so natural because I'm so obsessed with it. And one thing that I will say is I love how a lot of us are very our stories are relatable, right? So like things that Amy was saying, same things that Kathy was saying, Liz was saying, I'm saying the same things and thinking the same things. Amy, I'm definitely that person that at least used to be. I've gotten better about it recently. You go through the list and you're like, nope, not today, not that person. And what actually is funny about that is sometimes I'm seeing that those people are surprising me and they reach out to me first. And then I'm like, oh my gosh, like definitely not going to tell Megan that, because she's going to be like, well, see, if you would have reached out to that person before, then maybe you would have had them sign up before. But what Megan said about the retention side of things, yes, I'm in sales and used to work in property management, and that was always the thing. It's easier to retain a customer than it is to get a new one, right? You know, spending the money or the time that we were doing to get a new customer, it's the same thing now, right? So trying to gain that attraction from new customers, it's easier to have someone. So I've really been hyper focused on paying attention to not only recruiting, bringing on new people, but also checking back in weekly almost with people, having them not only do a shout out post for me, but I'm revisiting them at the 2 week, 1 month point. And I'm saying, hey, would you be interested in doing another post for me, or for yourself? Let's go back to that $300 because that's my goal. And one thing that I want to say, if you all weren't on the call this morning, or if you haven't seen the recording, definitely go listen to it. It was short and sweet. The Power 30 call this morning with Rodney Langford. He said, I can't remember exactly how he said it, so I'm going to go back and listen. But he said that a goal that doesn't have action behind it is the same as a wish. And so that really stuck with me because, I'm very goal oriented. I write things down a lot. I, put them on my watch face, my background on my phone. My kids were a little upset because they got replaced for a little while. So I changed it back once the baby was born, but I need to get back to that again. But I'm putting these goals out there, but if I'm daily not putting in the action behind it, then it's the same as me just saying, oh, I wish I had an extra $300 this month. I wish I had this. I actually started the business a little over 3 years ago. I'll quickly tell you, and I just kind of fell off for a little while, got back into it in May, and I don't have those opportunities to hit those fast starts anymore. I want them so badly for my team. So some of those people you'll hear tonight, I'm constantly saying, okay, what are we doing to get you fast start? Like, what are we doing to get you here? Because I know that right there is just what keeps the boat rowing, right? That's what keeps the excitement, because when you see those bonuses coming in on top of everything else, it's like, why wouldn't you do this business, right? And so because I don't have those opportunities anymore, I'm like, girl, you got to get this, or guy, you got to get this, because you don't want to miss out on it. And so I'm very blessed to be here. I'm very why oriented also. I have not only two little humans that are looking up to me now, I have three. And so my why is ever present. And I think that that's just what keeps me going every day, and wanting, more and more people to know about this. So, and I'm a big follower on Facebook. So if you see me in your inbox, or you see me as an ad friend, like, please accept me. It's because I just want to be able to shout you out, encourage you to like your posts every once in a while too. But I love just following what other people are doing. But yeah, I appreciate you all.
Awesome. Thank you so much for sharing, Lauren. And I mean, she's just one of those like no excuses people. And like she shared, she had started the business a few years ago, and then she got abducted by aliens, and then she came back to us, and which we're really, really glad about. But that happens a lot with people, and their seasons of life change. And she talked a lot about her why, and that she has this ever present why, and that's what keeps her going. And so you just never know. That's why you want to keep up with people. You want to keep checking in with how they're doing. You want to keep up with them, on Facebook. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're in their inbox like every single week. We don't want to be crazy people, right? Don't make it weird. But you want to just do those little touch points with people, so that when they do decide and their season of life changes and they're like, hey, she's like, hey, I want to run this business and I want to run it aggressively. I was like, I'm here for it. And she knew that I was here for it because I haven't wavered, right? I've been steadfast in the last 6, almost 7 years of this. I've continually been showing up. And so she knew, hey, when I'm ready for this, Megan's the person that I want to go to, because I know that she's here for it and that she's in it. So keep that in mind as you're touching base with people who maybe have said no, or maybe they didn't want to do the business yet, or maybe they tried it and then they stepped back for a little while. And that's okay. But just keep revisiting, because their season of life might change, their why might change. But if you aren't the one who's staying in contact with them through those things, you're not going to be the person that they're going to come to when they're ready to go ahead and do this. So you want to keep those relationships going. So now we're going to go ahead and hear from Jasmine, who is under Lauren. And Jasmine hit Fast Start Senior Silver last month, and really almost, she was pretty close to gold too. So I have no doubt in my mind that she is going to hit Fast Start Gold this month. So Jasmine, why don't you go ahead and share with us some of your top tips?
Hi. So I'm a little nervous, but I'm okay. So I, I think one of my biggest things was being in, like, I don't know, I like the competition. I like being in a group of people that are getting me going. as far as like being competitive. So that's one thing that kind of like pushed me, was me being competitive and um, getting the people that I need to get. But also, I think posting about my life is definitely helped bring more people to listen to me and understand like what Plex is about, and helping other people is something that I really like to do. As far as like working out and stuff like that, that's one thing that I like to do. So I think a lot of people kind of like they listen to me because of what I do like outside of work, as far as like working out and being with my friends and like just being myself. So that's one thing that I learned, is like being myself when I'm posting. And then also I I don't know. I think I'm just really proud of myself for stepping out of my comfort zone, because this is definitely stepping out of my comfort zone. I'm not used to like talking like in a group of people. It's definitely not something that I like to do. I have really bad anxiety, so this is definitely like a big step for me. So I'm really proud of that, and I also am proud of my cousin Fran, because she has definitely helped out as far as like getting out of her comfort zone and talking to people and telling her story as well. And that has definitely helped me, you know, rank up to senior silver. Also, Lauren, of course, because Lauren is very good with pushing me and messaging me and letting me know that, you know, you need to do this or you need to do that, or what are we doing today? And she's always checking up on me. So I love that. And then having little meetings with her and just I don't know, just being myself. That's one thing that I've learned about being in this, is just being yourself. And that's where I feel like I've learned the most.
Love it. And Jasmine is a super fun person. And so when she would be really nervous to post her videos and things, she would send them like in our chats, and she'd be like, "Oh my goodness, like dropping lids and like just being super silly and dancing and just none of it scripted, just like whatever's happening is happening with her family in the background or her whatever." And she'd be like, "I don't know if I can post this." And we're like, "This is exactly what you need to post. People can relate to this. You're funny, you're lighthearted, you're goofy." And so I love that she said lean into that, because the way that she shows up, right, in her personality is going to be different than the way that somebody else shows up in their personality. And there isn't one that is better than the other, but people are going to be able to relate to you because they see you being your genuine self. Like if I tried to be a really super serious person who never messed anything up, nobody would ever order from me, because that's just not me. Like I'm always tripping on things, I'm always spilling things. I mean, it's never ending with my life. And so I used to shy away from sharing those things because I thought, well, that is so embarrassing. And then what I realized is those are actually the things that make me seem like a real person to people, and make it seem super relatable. Like, oh, okay, if she can be really successful at this, so can I. And so it breathes a lot of hope for people, because I'm always doing something ridiculous in my life, that like, if she can do this, I can do this too. Okay, so next up, we are going to hear from Fran, and that's Jasmine's cousin. And so Fran had a phenomenal month last month, and she signed up 6 people, or was it 7? I think it was at least 6. So she's doing amazing, and she's been really bold. And so I'm going to go ahead and let her share just some different things that she's been doing over the.
Can you hear me? Okay, because it just like I can't hear anything. Um, so first of all, I'm very nervous on this call, so don't just excuse me. But yeah, Jasmine had got me on with this product. I seen her post and everything, and I was like, well, I really could use this, and actually help me with my weight loss journey that I've been on for a while now. And so I started taking the products, and I actually seen a difference in my clothes and everything else, like the inflammation. Like one girl was saying the ring, like I couldn't wear my ring from high school, middle school. They gave us a class ring and my fingers were swollen and I could never use it. And so recently I was in the jewelry box. I'm like, let me try this. And it actually fits. So I've been wearing that for the last couple of months now. And it's like my clothes, like I had to go buy a whole new wardrobe because none of my clothes fit. And it's like I just feel good about myself. And I went and got my nails done the other day, and I haven't been there in months. And the lady, the little Chinese lady, she was like, "Oh my God, I haven't seen you in forever. Your face is so small. What happened?" And I was like, "Well, I've been on a weight loss journey." And, she was like, "You look really good. I'm happy for you and everything." And I'm like, dang, like strangers that haven't seen me in a while actually notice. And it actually makes me feel good about it. And then with my boyfriend, he seen me buying active, and I'm like, honey, I'm like, you're on the road, you're a truck driver. I'm like, take this product with you to work. I fixed my active, and I'm like, take this with you on your long night. I want you to try it. Tell me how it works. And after the second day, he was like, baby, I was sitting in the truck and was like, man, what's in this drink? Like, he actually liked it. He was like, baby, it actually worked. And I'm like, what works? And he was like, that drink. He was like, it's not a jittery feeling. He was like, I had energy, but it wasn't really a bad feeling. It was a good feeling. So then now he's took my whole bag of active, and I'm like, nope, we're signing you up. And so the other night I was like, Jasmine, I need your help. We're going to get him signed up. And he was like, y'all are over here breaking me. I'm like, no, you need all of this. Try all of it. So we had ran his credit card up. And we're like, you need this while you're on the road. Try this, try this. And he was like, all right. And so he loves it. My parents, they love it. I was like, Dad, what do you think about that Slim Hunger drink? And he was like, I actually like it. He was like, it tastes better than sodas. It's more healthier for you. And he was like, I noticed that I put all this food on my plate thinking that I can eat it because that's his normal size. And he was like, I sit here and look at the plate and like, damn, I'm full. Like, I can't eat no more. He was like, it makes you feel kind of bloated, but it's really telling you that you're full. So it's like the products are really working. And it's like, I've always been in the healthcare field helping people. And it's like, I want to help people with their health, a different way. And so it's like I try to post, I try to get out of my comfort zone by making these videos. And I'm sitting here like, oh my God, I can't do this one. Nope. And I've did like 20 different videos trying to make it right. And I'm like, I'm about to just say, forget it. But my boyfriend was beside me, was like, nope, you got it. You can do it. You can get this money for us. Go do it. And he's at work telling people about the drink. And he's gotten people calling us and talking to us about it, trying to get them set up. And I'm like, I'm going to put them under you, honey. He was like, nah, I don't want them under me. I want them under you so you can make all the money and bring it home. And I'm like, okay, I understand that, but eventually we're going to get it under you too. But so far, I love the products. I love the company. My team is phenomenal. Like Lauren, Jasmine, y'all are like, I love y'all. Y'all are on top of things. Y'all are helping me when I need it. Um, I just love it. I mean.
I love that so much, Fran. And I did the same thing for Phil years ago. I was like, hey babe, this was back before like when someone would sign up for wholesale, you needed their social security number. And so I was like, one night I was like, hey honey, what's your social? He's like, what are you doing? And I was like, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's going to be just fine. I'm just ordering some stuff for you. And so I love that. Like you're sharing with your family. The products are speaking for themselves, and that's what it's really about. It's going to happen, right? The products are going to work. You're going to feel better. People are going to start noticing. And so you might as well get generously compensated for sharing with other people about this. And so many times it does take just that bold action of, hey, I'm making you this drink and you're going to take it to work with you tonight. Or, hey dad, I need you to try this, right? My dad actually, all of a sudden years ago, my mom started noticing that her pink drink was missing. Like she was going through it so fast. And so finally one day she looked at him and she said, are you taking my Plexus stuff? And he said, well, yeah, I am, but I just don't need to take a selfie like you do. And so my mom was like, that's fine. And I'm so glad that you're taking the products, but you have to tell me so that I can order more. And so there will be people in your lives who will end up converting and loving the products because they see you doing it. And sometimes people require a little extra nudge in order to get them to say yes, but they will be so grateful for the way that they feel. So up next, and then we're going to be wrapping it up here in just a few, is going to be Amanda. And she had an incredible month. She's so sweet. And so I can't wait for her to share her story with you guys and just some tips. So go ahead, Amanda. You're muted. So you just have to click unmute and then you're good. Can you find the unmute button? She did warn me that technology is not her thing. You're still muted. We still can't hear you. Yeah, there we go. Okay, it works. You're good.
Well, I'm on fire, but I can't promise you I know how to work this telephone. But I will learn. I will learn. So, anyways, no, I'm on fire. I'm so excited. I cannot believe all these stories and these encouragements that you guys have given me. It's just like, oh my God. So I'm really new. I just ranked silver. And so I feel like I am like in the planting season and I'm like on fire and I'm ready to go. And I'm like, why aren't these people signing up? I need like 100 people. Like, no, let's go. I'm like ready. And so like I got 3 people and I'm like, oh crap, I don't want to get discouraged. So then I was talking to Victoria and Victoria like explained it to me so beautifully. She's like, Amanda, just relax. You're doing a great job. She's like, you are planting seeds. You're putting these seeds all over the place. And, you are going to see the fruit of these seeds and I'm growing. And it was like, all of a sudden, I just got like this super happy feeling in my heart. And I'm like, all right, this is it. This is it. And so I don't know, I just got in my heart. And even though it's so new, I'm like, okay, God needs to give me a vision. Let me see this harvest. Let me start imagining it. Because I started thinking to myself, well, I can't ever have it if I can't imagine it. I can't ever have it if I don't dream it. So I just started running around telling my kids, I'm a diamond. I'm a diamond. I'm a diamond. I'm doing this. I mean, people are going to get healthy. I'm going to get healthy. We are going to do this. And when it's slow and it's not working the way that I might want it to, I'm to just say, okay, God's got me planting seeds. I just got to keep planting seeds. I just got to stick with it. So I don't know. That's my heart. That's what's been on my mind. And oh my God, Plexus has brought me so much joy. So much joy. And, just so much helped me so much, honestly, with my health, just being, and also the program's so easy to follow. It's like you can be consistent on this. It's like it's so simple. So I don't know. Overall, I am just loving it. I'm so thankful. And I am like getting that vision in my mind and in my heart, and I am calling it out. So
well, I love that, Amanda. Isn't her energy just so fantastic? Like I just love it. And you're so right, because in order for it to be able to happen in reality, we have to first be able to imagine it in our minds. And so that's exactly how it starts. So if you have a dream in your heart, start speaking about it as if it has happened, right? She's going around telling her kids, I'm a diamond, right? This is how it is. This is who I am. And eventually that is going to be her story, right? Because she is speaking it into existence, and then those actions are going to back it up, just like Lauren was talking about. And so tonight, our last speaker is going to be Shannon. She's going to go ahead and share just some different shifts that have happened for her. And her team is just in high momentum right now. And Shannon is also getting married really soon, and it's so exciting. And I just had to throw that out there. So anyway, Shannon, would you go ahead and share with us just some things that have shifted for you just in your mindset that helped just get you into momentum?
Yes, I am so excited to be on here, and I am like excited that I'm wrapping this all up, because I just feel like I've related to everyone that has spoken, and just from somebody who has just started to like being here for 5 years, being here for 8 years, like, just know that we've all felt the nervous first Zoom when Megan was like, hey, Shan, do you want to do the Zoom? And I'm like profusely sweating and I just want to die. And I want to tell her no. And I'm going to clip Plexus right now, but I love it so much. So I'm just going to show up to the Zoom and I'm going to share my story with all these strangers. So just know that you are not alone in that feeling, that we have all been there. And the beautiful thing with this journey is that you just have so much growth. I've experienced so much growth from when I started till now, that like, even if I never made another single dollar more than what I make right now, I'm a Ruby with Plexus. I would still do this because it's just so exciting to just be here with all of you, just the personal growth, the health journey, the community, everything has just been so amazing. I wish that I could literally stand on my roof and be like, everyone needs Plexus. Like, come join our community. So I have loved everybody that spoke and talked tonight. But the main thing that I have experienced is the famous word consistency. Everybody needs consistency, whatever that looks like for you in different seasons. It's just showing up over and over again every day and just doing the boring tasks on the winning day sheet and the GOI sheet and just putting a smile on and being excited about it and just doing the things that move the needle. And even when there might have been seasons in my journey and with all of our journeys where you don't show up consistently, but just recognizing that and having this community and having an awesome upline to go, literally, I tell on myself, I'm like, hey, Brittany, knocking on your door, your messenger door. I haven't done my IPA all week. Like, I literally tell myself, because I know that she'll be like, Shan, what are you doing? Like, let's get on the phone. Let's talk about this. Let me, tell you about a new book or show you a new podcast and just get re-inspired and just get re-consistent. It's okay if you fall off. It's okay if you, lose your consistency. It's all about just having that word in your brain and figuring out what you need to do to be consistent. And just continuing to grow and learn. And then the other thing is focusing on the business. I know a couple people shared about this, and I think I was very nervous to do it when I started, and I didn't want to ask for the shout out. And Phil would yell at me on calls, well, why aren't you asking for the shout out? And I'm like, I don't know. And I'm like, I just don't want to do it. And just getting over that and like letting everyone know that they have a referral link and not making the decision for them, allowing them to make the decision, because who wouldn't want to be here on this call and who wouldn't want to be in our community? Who wouldn't want an extra $300? Like Megan was saying, like, they don't have to go to Diamond. Every person doesn't have to go to Diamond. They can do and make whatever they want with this business, but give them the option. And I just had told this analogy to someone recently. It's like signing up for a gym membership and you just think that you get the equipment and you just are so happy because you have the products for the Plexus products, right? You sign up for the gym and you're like, okay, I'm just going to lift weights. No big deal. But like, what if you got a free massage with your gym membership, but nobody told you about it? Would you be mad? I would be mad. Or like you got to go to yoga, like you could attend as many yoga classes as you wanted to, but like literally nobody told you that. So you're just happily lifting your weights, not knowing about all these other benefits. Same thing with our Plexus memberships, like the referral link, Pivotal, tell them all the things. Get on the phone with them, like Liz was saying, and tell them all the things. So that's basically the shift, is the consistency and just continuing to show up for myself, switching it up when I feel like I'm bored, and I, go from the winning day sheet to the GOA sheet and just whatever works in that season. And then also just remembering that you can't do this alone. So you have to talk about the business. You have to tell people, you have to encourage people, you have to build silvers and all of that. So
awesome. Well, Shannon, I think that was the perfect ending for tonight. That was a wonderful analogy. I love that. And I love hearing from each and every one of you. I always leave these calls so incredibly inspired because you guys inspire me. And so just hearing your stories, hearing the words of wisdom that you share, I come away, I'm like jotting down notes. I'm like, oh my gosh, that was so good. Oh, did you hear what she said? Okay, that's amazing. Because we want to be lifelong learners. So whatever stood out to you tonight, whatever was kind of like that light bulb moment, that aha, oh, I think this is something I need to apply or something I need to remember, jot that down in your notes right now. because we always want to have at least one takeaway. Anytime we're listening to a training or a call or a testimony or anything like that, we want to just be able to take at least one thing out, because everything was phenomenal, right? But we're not going to remember every single thing that people shared. So pick out that one thing that really stood out to you and figure out how are you going to apply that as soon as possible. So you guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much to our brave speakers. I know a lot of you, this was your very first time that you were sharing on a call and you were nervous, but you did it, and it will just keep getting better and better. So thank you so much for being on here. I loved getting to spend this hour with you guys. You are all so phenomenal. We're so grateful to have you as a part of our community. So you guys have a good night. Bye.